Hi everybody. I wanted to talk to you today. I'll give you a quick update first. I did start the Mechanist, the Trametinib. Um, that's the brand name. No side effects really so far. I've been a little extra tired, but I really can't chalk it up to that. And I had a friend staying with me for a few days. It's every time I make a video, I've been through something really exhausting. So, starting over though, with a little rest period, finally, I just have to clean that garage up yet from the garage sale. Otherwise, everything's okay. I'm going to see the doctor again next week. So, I'd like to say I look forward to that, but I don't know if I have a lot to tell her yet. And we haven't talked about getting another scan. In the meantime, I am getting a lot of dry mouth and dehydration, which you could probably tell by the fact that it's probably coming through on the video. I'm sorry, here is, okay, all right, wait a minute. Oh, and here's Iggy, who wants to say hi. Hey, look up. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Go ahead. Okay. Anyway, everything is good. I really wanted to turn my videos into something helpful to those going through cancer. So I can't really just report on mine all the time. The progress might be slow. I'm not sure. I have a feeling it's going to be slow for a little bit, and then maybe suddenly I'll have something to report. But since I've had the go around a while, one of the topics that I find that I would like to have actually listened to from someone else was what to expect when you do tell your friends and family. So that's what I'm going to address in just a minute. I'm going to go get some water. Oh, I might have some right here. I do. Okay. Never mind. And that is how people react to the news. So once we get through the process that I was telling you about in the last video, as far as giving yourself time to absorb it, and deciding who's going to know first and how they're going to know. And like I said, once oh, Iggy, he does like to do the videos with me. Once you have told family and your closest friends, then I just blurted it out on Facebook, which is easier. But I would like people to understand that there will be a mixed bag of results as far as who's going to be there and who's not. There's a saying that says you don't know who your real friends are until the lead starts flying, and that's really true. But it took me a bit to process. During the first round of chemo 20 years ago, I had a very, very dear friend who I thought for sure was going to be there for me, and she just disappeared after finding out, and I was really, really hurt. It happened again this time, but at least I was prepared. Someone that didn't even check in on me since they got the news, and they checked in on me twice, I think, before I started chemo, but never a text just saying, hey girl, just thinking about you, how are you? And I'm going to, this is a little frog that the dog has that I'm going to pulverize. But anyway, but not a text, not anything. And that was really, really sad for me. The first time around, this person who did not, could you hold on for just a second? Okay, come here. All right. Nope. I thought I was going to throw it, but I'm not. he's cute, but he'll be cute in a little bit. Anyway, so the one that I thought would be there that didn't show up, um, although I was hurt, I realized that not everyone can deal with death. And it's one of the reasons that families don't talk about it. They fear losing someone. And oftentimes it's because they've already lost someone very important and they didn't want to go through that again, even if it's not as major of a loss. And after the chemo, and when I thought I was out of the woods at least, but I had a 20-year run, so no complaints, I decided to call her and just see how she was doing. And in the middle of the conversation, she says, by the way, you know why I didn't call you, don't you? And of course, big red flag for me. I'm like, didn't know we were going to have this conversation. And I just said, no, I don't know. And she said, it's because I knew you were going to be okay. I just said, yeah, of course. Inside, I'm thinking, okay, so this is the person's way of apologizing to me, I think. The way to deal with that, because I wasn't going to bring it up. And so don't be surprised to be surprised. This time around, I had the same thing. I didn't say anything. And by the way, that first person who couldn't handle it, I decided that I was glad I contacted her, and I love her, and no worries, but I was not going to make room for her in my life moving forward, because even if you have personal issue with it, I've got to put my boundaries down. I want people around me, and I'm sure you do too. You want the people that are going to be there for you. And I wish the ones who couldn't all the best, and definitely most of them have some issues to deal with themselves, and I hope they do. But you have to make choices for your own self, as we all do. If she wanted a place in my life, I probably would have made some room for her, but we never really did get that close again, and I felt okay about it. It was really okay. I think that the time she spent in my life really close was the time she was supposed to be here. And then this time I had the same thing where this woman just didn't really reach out again, and it had been like 6 months. And then I got a smile on a Facebook post. And I don't have to go down that road too far, and I don't want to identify that person, of course, but it does hurt. It does hurt to think that, wow, you're my best friend, always there for me, but when the chips are really down, you're not. This is someone else who had a big loss in her life, and I know that, who just doesn't want to have another loss, even though I wouldn't be as significant. But everybody is going to die, and a lot of times when you've had a big loss, another loss of any kind is going to be pretty tragic. If you haven't dealt, especially if you haven't dealt with the past one. I am amazed, though, on the flip side. I didn't expect this, but people were coming out of the woodwork that I would never expect to be there for me. I mean, kind souls who didn't start as best friends. They became friends during the cancer journey. They may be just people that need to help others. Maybe they had loss as well, but they reacted much differently to it. Or I could be the person that, how do I say this? the person that helps them on their healing journey from the previous loss. You know, like I couldn't be there for so and so, but I can be there now, and that is their way to balance their universe. That's okay too. I remember the first time that I had cancer, and while I was missing someone dearly that I hoped would be there for me, or just expected it. In contrast, there were people that saying, you know, I'd like to do this for you or that for you, and it's just people that I knew. That's fine. I've got some great people around me, but I remember there was one from Florida who I had never met, and not even sure if they just found me on Facebook. I'm not really sure how this happened, but they sent me, I had an online blog before they were called blogs, and it was documenting my journey the way I am now, but in writing form. And she said she wanted to come up and take care of me, and I don't think I even know what she looked like. So big red flag. That is somebody that may have needed some 6 months of therapy before I could do that. So that was kind of like a no thanks, but I adore the intent. This time, however, I had a client I had never met in Tennessee who I had read for several times, and she was just the sweetest person. She is the sweetest person, and this was the kind of the one that has more recently just come out of the woodwork, but she's been wonderful. She's helped me with my GoFundMe account. She checked in on me, and then we Zoomed together, and she wanted to come and visit, and I said absolutely. So she had just left this week. She came up for a few days. A wonderful person. So, like, we both had said, our families, like, well, what if you get murdered or whatever, axe murder, you know, because you don't know someone, and it could be a disaster. In this case, I got very lucky, and she's very sweet, and she's there for the right reasons. And Christy, if you're listening, if you're watching, I'm happy to have you as a friend. When someone has cancer, they don't know what their needs really are, but the contact, you know, even though in some ways I just want to be alone, I think what it is that I did a lot of peopling in a very short, concentrated amount of time. But people that understand that, like, hey, welcome aboard, welcome to my home, excuse me, I need to take a nap, is, you know, hold on, we've got a barker. No, you know that. You be nice, make some good choices there. Anyway, so I just want you to be prepared that you're going to get all kinds of reactions if you're newly diagnosed. In this case now, it's just that, like, well, how are you doing? Well, I'm terminal, you know, I got past that first initial, I have cancer. Then I got past the chemo didn't work, and then the surgery didn't work, and we're gonna just take a pill to see if we can slow it down, but there's really nothing else that we can do. So, and that is kind of like breaking the news a little bit at a time, and it sucks. But at least the people that, you know, have been there from the beginning are going to stick with me, you know. So if somebody doesn't disappear, they're going to be here until the end. Do you know what I mean? And it's just very important that you not worry about other people's reactions. Just know that there will be people in your court. All right, and I think with that is I'll probably think of something, and if I do think of something, I'll just add it to the comments below. All right, and speaking of the comments below, please comment if you like my videos. go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe. That helps me get more subscribers, and I really appreciate that. And until then, I want you to have a great day, and you be blessed, because you just feel blessed. And I feel blessed. I still have a lot of things to be here for. All right? And you take care. Have a great day. Bye.